Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead movie and why Rick Grimes can't return, mixed in with a little bit of our Freestyle Friday topics. We're going to be all over the place tonight, and we're also going to add a little bit of a 999 favorite. We're going to do a little bit of PDL Live. Play Dead Live is our role-playing game, and before we get too far into it, I do want to say what's up to the Patreon Army. I got some good announcements for the Patreon Army tonight, just some ideas that are out there. I saw Will the Bill is super chatting me. It's like a preseason super chat, Will the Bill, just getting it out there. What's up to everyone of you awesome people on this Freestyle Friday. We're getting it going on. I got to tell you guys, I'm pretty excited about tonight's Play Dead Live, but I'm also excited about the topics that we have to talk about because some of the things that we predicted a while back are really going to start to come true. I think you guys are amazing when it comes to these ideas, and it looks like we're going to drill down pretty well here. So once again, I want to give a special shout out to the Army, and let's get into tonight's topic. If you guys don't know what Freestyle Friday is all about, we will start with a Walking Dead topic, and then we're going to be all over the place. We got some kills coins that allows you to mix up the topic. We can start it out. I saw a couple people pop in here, and let's see. There was a contest I had going on with the Patreons as far as coming up with something that we might use in tonight's stream. Is the singer chick, Crystal? I just popped in. I didn't see who all was here. Is Crystal, are you in the house? Because if so, I do have a quick question. Crystal's here. Rolex, give me a 10-second timer. Crystal, singer chick Gore, gave me a very good idea for tonight's PDL. So, Crystal, you can either use it or you can give it away. Those of you tuning in for the first time, you're going to see how Freestyle Friday works. It's like a central theme of The Walking Dead, but then we'll mix it up and we can talk about whatever the person who has the mic wants to talk about. Rolex is going to be on point tonight, though. You can see that's a good, nice timer speed you got going on there. And I love it. When Rolex is here, Crystal, oh boy. Is she going to get oh, there it is. What's your favorite song on the Goat Head Soup album from the Rolling Stones? That is a very, very specific question. Crystal, I don't have the Goat Head Soup album in front of me. Could you give us a few options on what might be there? I don't have every Rolling Stones album memorized. Like, I probably would recognize Tattoo You. That is random. This is not random things. Angie. Yeah, yeah, we like that, right? What else you got? That's probably like the only part I know. Now everybody's going to say Angie. What else you got? Come on, give me a few more. Don't make me look it up. I will Google that bad boy in a hurry. Landon Crane wants to know why Rick can't go back. We're going to get to that 1 second, Landon. There's a lot of reasons why Rick can't come back. Oh, is Angie like the only good song on it? Okay. All right. Well, hey, we got that kills coin out there early so you guys can see what is up. Super chatters can also, at any time someone super chats, we're going to stop what we're talking about and certainly jump around to that person's topic. So let's get into the central theme. The Walking Dead movie, it's funny, not going to say that we're completely disrespected, but it's almost as if we come up with a ironclad, this is the way it's going to happen, and we get a million, people want to debunk it and they want to talk about it, and it's like, well, maybe it's not going to happen that way, kills. And then comicbook.com interviews somebody, and all of a sudden it is it's the greatest news in the world. For example, that now Michonne might be crossing over to the Rick Grimes movie. Why? Because comicbook.com did an article on it today. So now the mainstream Walking Dead fans out there all think, oh, it's a great idea. I even saw somebody else mention, and we've been talking about this for like 5 months, and then somebody on the streams the other night said, hey, you know what kills? I think maybe, I think Michonne might not die. She might cross over to the movie. I want to slap myself in the face. But yeah, that we feel pretty comfortable that that's going to happen. Also, were we not the first out there to say that Rick Grimes signed he didn't sign a non-compete contract, but Rick Grimes left, and because they promoted it as Rick Grimes' final episode, he wouldn't come back. Did we not also say that his family will be in danger if he does come back? And didn't we also say that Rick is going to be like a mercenary, a badass mercenary, and the movie's going to need to be standalone to attract non-Walking Dead fans? I'm pretty sure that we immediately said each one of those things. All three, Tommy. There were 3 things there. And articles by Deadline Today, comicbook.com, touched on each one of those things that we discussed. Well, see, here's the thing, Coco. Coco says Rick is always a badass. Now, the caveat to that is that when we're discussing specifically what Rick could do, is it can't be too much of the TV show ties. We don't want to see him in a chopper too long. We don't want to see him injured. We don't want to see him in intensive care. We don't want to go through that. It's going to drag on. And our prediction was that that'll be kind of short-lived, and it's going to be Rick actually going out, taking care, kind of like a modern-day Rick Grimes Terminator. That's what I see Rick as. And I was getting a lot of pushback because so many people said, no, it's going to be part of the TV show, and it's going to be Rick getting back to his family and all of those things. And I think it's not. I think it's going to be why Rick can't go back to his family and why he's got to live as a mercenary. Rick Wick. I like that. You know what? Should we give Man Bun a kills coin for the Rick Wick? It's 4 letters each. It rhymes and it paints a pretty good visual. I like that. Tommy just coined something. Oh, you see what I did? Coined something. Boom. Come on. Tommy, I took your analogy and turned it into a pun. All right, we got Benjamin Stevenson, kills coin. What you got, Ben? Ten-second timer for Ben Stevenson. I hope is Ben here? That was quick with the Rick Wick. Ah, look at that. We got 3 rhymes in a row. Oh, there's Ben. Rick Wick has to adopt a dog. What breed? That is random as hell. I love it. I love that. Okay. I'm gonna say a toy poodle. I want to see Rick. You know, wouldn't it make Rick more badass if he was like had like a little toy poodle strapped to his back? That would be my vote. We got a Chow Chow, we got a Boxer, Weenie Dog, Great Danes, Chihuahua. Yeah, it's got to be a dog that looks kind of, weak, quiet, Jack Russell, and it just, yeah. A basset hound named Shane. Oh, Delaware. Very nice. Very nice. Will the Bill says St. Bernard. Oh, good point. Good point. Heart of Nixie says, needs to be a dog that doesn't bark too much. Well, you know what? Maybe he wants him to bark. That would add to his badassery, wouldn't it? It's like, here, dog, bark. Bring the walkers in. I got something for him. He's got a gun in each hand. All part of his game. You know that? I don't know if it was I don't know if it was a thought out question or very spontaneous by Ben, but that was good. All right, give me a we got a few more kills coins to give out, but we got Rolex. Rolex says the timer will be at full speed tonight. Now that I'm a PDL villain, there's no holding back, especially for 999 veterans. Head on a swivel, Army. Everybody, you have been warned. The timekeeper has officially put it down. So let's test that. Tommy just got a kills coin. Rolex, let's get a 10-second timer with Man Bun McCandless. Let's see if he was ready for that Rick Wick comment coin that he just earned. Oh, and Tommy is challenging. Of course, he says he's ready. Glad to see everybody. Hey, everybody do me a favor. Quick sidebar. Everybody hit the like button if you're pumped up for Play Dead Live tonight. Oh, come on, Man Bun. Hope he doesn't buzz out after saying bring it. What is your strongest personality quality and why? It's a good question. I could probably pick a few. Strongest personality qualities. Now nobody wants to answer. Crystal's patient. Ben Stevens' son is confident. Perseverance. Heart of Nixie. Jim is kind. Deborah Farrell has a good heart. J Law is loyal and honest. Empathy. Direct and to the point, says Ron Burgundy. Pat Starr is wise. Roxanne is creative. I love it. Chris Robinson, Kill said leadership because he runs this channel. I would have to say I get put in a lot of leadership situations. I think it's because I have strong opinions. And I'm decisive. So I guess, I guess my personality is my decisiveness. You know, make a decision and go with it. I don't dilly-dally around a whole lot. I figure it's better if I make a decision and it's wrong, it gives me more time to make more decisions. I don't always make the right decision, but if I make enough of them, eventually one of them's going to be right. So, yeah. That's my story. Julia, you got a 10-second timer. Let's get one of your kills coins out there. Bipolar with psychotic tendencies. That Jerry, that's certainly strong. Oh, that was cut and pasted. No doubt that was cut and pasted by Julia Muse. Good enough, though. Way to be prepared. Which past or present fear character, not Dwight or Morgan, would you like to see cross over to The Walking Dead? I would love to see Althea on The Walking Dead with her journalism passion telling an interesting story. I would like to see all of them cross over to a railroad track and not quite make... I'm talking characters. I'm not talking actors. Kill them all and start over. Which character? Wes. For me, it's Wes because Wes is one of the only ones that I haven't got just furious with his inconsistency of character. Daniel has been inconsistent. Grace, live, die, live, die. Alicia, I don't know what's going on with her. I don't want to see any more of the John and June love story. Yeah, I'm going to go with Wes. That's a good question. How about, hey, let's throw it over to Delaware Sasquatch, who earned a Kills coin during stream this week. So, Delaware, what would you like to change the topic up to? Tammy says Virginia and Alpha sisters. So Delaware says, end of episode 1, do you see anger or fear or maybe both in Alpha's eyes during the stare down? I'm going to add a different one. I'm going to say concern. I see that she's concerned that Carol's not going, oh my God, there's Alpha. She's looking at me. Oh my God, what do I do, Daryl? Carol's not like that. So I don't think Alpha is afraid of Carol. And I don't think she's irate at her just yet. But I certainly think there's cause for concern because Carol doesn't look broken. And she can see that in Carol, and then she hears it from Beta. The enemy's not afraid any longer. They're starting to rebuild a little bit. Time for another message. I super chat Lucille to the stopwatch. She's thirsty. It's going to take you at least 15 seconds to get it working. Ellis. Kills coin. Okay, so, all right, Rolex, we got 15 seconds and then another 10 seconds. So that gives Ellis 25 seconds. 15 seconds to get it going and then a 10-second counter. So Ellis Smith says Carol was too quiet and motionless. She was hallucinating. That's not your question, though. All right, Ellis, you're almost on the clock. Rolex has been Lucille'd. That's not going to go over well. Will has stunned the timekeeper. But here's my question, Rolex. Once the clock starts working, is it going to work faster? Going to go a little haywire? Where's Ellis Smith? Come on, Ellis. Get us a topic. Wow. Ellis has had almost 20 seconds. Oh, it's a slower. I got it. All right, Ellis says you wake up and Acropolis is here. Are you prepared? And if not, what do you do on the first day? You'll get your strength. Yeah, I think it's apocalypse. So you wake up, it's a zombie apocalypse. Are you prepared? And what do you do on the first day? So you wake up and it's the ZA. You guys should have good answers for this because you had a lot of Play Dead Live opportunities. No worries. Hey, you were under the gun. Yeah, you had to type fast. No worries there. All right, so in the zombie apocalypse, what are you guys doing? Ron Burns like, dude, I'm going back to sleep. Emmy, you're gathering your family? But Emmy, doesn't that mean you have like extra mouths that you have to feed? Okay, I'm sorry. I know you guys are going to take care of family first. I'm just saying, sometimes less is more. Joseph Grindstaff says weapons and gas. Aaron is going to go north. Zombies have a little bit of trouble in the cold. Chris, come on, Chris. It was a typo. Day one, I'm going to look up Acropolis and find out. He's like, Google's still working. I'm going to Google what an Acropolis is. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, we're going to give you a kills coin. That's wrong. That's wrong. If Chris Robinson ever has a typo, they're going to crush him. Kel's going to go to Walmart. I don't know, because everybody else is going to be at Walmart. That's a good answer, too. Chris is going to quickly cut ties with the slow and injured elderly people and try to get in with the physically fit borderline psychopaths. You were killing me. You were killing me tonight, man. It's like 2 for 2. It's a good answer, though. It sounds like you've been thinking about it for a while. But, yeah, I mean, you can't help everybody. All right, you know what? Let's see if he can go 3 for 3. All right. Kills coin, Chris Robinson. You're on the spot. Let's see what's going on. Delaware Sasquatch wants to know, would you eat anything Negan picked without washing it first? All right, let's get dual timers. So we get Delaware Sasquatch's comment to the group. And then Chris Robinson has got a kills coin as well. So let's get a 6 and 10. Steph is like, no, you're going to have to wash it first. It's a good point. Never accused of being dirty. All right, Chris, you got 2 seconds to come through with your kills coin. Oh, don't buzz out after those 2 beast comments. Oh, man. We're down to the wire. Oh, man. Chris got buzzed. I think he used up all his creativity in two statements. All right, no worries. Rolex has some good time rhythm tonight. Yeah, he could have said orange. All right, we'll get back on track here. All right, I'm going to bring it back to the central topic, and then as we said, we're going to mix it up a little bit tonight. Super chats. Let me make I do want to make a quick announcement. This is kind of, hey, if there's ads and commercials, you guys watch the ads. But this is kind of like my own little mini infomercial. It's going to take a couple seconds. So I have the official name. I want to run it by you guys. As you guys know, we've gotten some tremendous sponsorship on our Play Dead Live. And if you guys want to be a sponsor, there's a Patreon link down below. There's a special new tier that we added to the Patreon site called PDL Sponsor. It's a $25 sponsorship. We have 9 sponsors already, and I'm sure it's going to grow. And to reward those, what we're doing is we're doing a quarterly, some people do, animals have bark boxes, and there's mega boxes out there that Skybound used to do. So what we're doing is for those PDL sponsors, we're going to do a mega box type of thing. It's going to have some of the printed versions of our Play Dead Live scenarios. It's also going to have some specialty items you can't get anywhere else, like could have some custom branded shirts, dice, a whole lot of stuff. It's going to have like some neat stuff every quarter. And just kind of wanted to give you guys the official name. Nothing too extravagant, but I thought it had a good flow to it. It is going to be quarterly, so it's going to start for the first quarter of 2020, June, July. I'm sorry, that's not the first quarter. January, February, and March. It's going to be called the PDL Pack. So stay tuned for that. The PDL sponsors will be the first to get those. So the PDL Pack, hopefully once they start to mail out, they can post some pictures of their items and different types of things. So I just wanted to make that announcement and thank those guys for everything they do. And also, this group tonight, when we do these and some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, this PDL scenario tonight is brought to you by our PDL sponsors and our Patreon sponsors. So thank you so much to all the Patreons for everything that you guys do. An amazing group of people, and they've been supporting this channel for a long, long time. So that's what's up, everybody. So back to our core topic tonight, the Walking Dead movie and why Rick Grimes can't return. So just because Rick can't return doesn't mean that a few people won't cross over. But I do think that they need to be disconnected completely from the TV show. So there's nothing wrong with name recognition like Isabelle, like Heath, like Michonne, making their way over. But I just think it is important for the movies to be standalone movies that captivate a different type of audience, an action and adventure type of audience, not Walking Dead fans. Because at best, I mean, you guys know how many viewers we're getting on The Walking Dead. If The Walking Dead is getting, I don't know what anybody see the latest figures? Honestly, I didn't even open a lot of the articles. I just heard Walking Dead Season 10, lowest premiere ever, Walking Dead Season 10. I'm assuming, what was it, maybe 3 million? Did anybody actually click on some of those and see what the opening night was? If you got a ballpark or if you read one of those, just type it in there. I'm kind of curious to see what the introductory numbers. I know Fear was skating around 1 million. Hey, the fact that many of you didn't, I'm glad. You know what? It makes me feel good. All right, well, let's just, since nobody knows the number, let's randomly throw out there 3 million. If the movie only gets that type of head count, it ain't going to be a success. And that was a number we had mentioned earlier. I think we said maybe between 6 and 10 million is the target audience that they need to get. So we're going to have to double the amount of people. Now, with that being said, if you can get a new audience, then the new audience could start to watch AMC Premiere, could watch some of the spinoffs, a few of the things there. All right, so one moment of concern in the Walking Dead franchise. Just a brief little bit of concern. Fear the Walking Dead has had some humorous moments, sometimes to its detriment. Okay, in a recent interview, Scott Gimple talked about the new Walking Dead universe spinoff with the younger crowd and said it's got some historical context to it. It's funny. I hit the pause right there. I had to take a breath. How do you guys feel about new, young, funny, I'm not going to judge it yet, but I was just hoping not to hear funny in a new spinoff. I want to get a couple of your thoughts on that in here, in this video. I mean, I don't know that Fear the Walking Dead was, I think maybe funny's not the word I'm looking for with Fear. It was just convenient and coincidental, and sometimes it became too convenient, too coincidental, that it got to a point where it's too unrealistic. Once again, I know we watch a show that is about zombies and it's not realistic to begin with, but that's a big paradox, right? But I do think it needs to be at least believable. Like, hopefully tonight we get to play dead live. Hopefully our scenario is going to be believable. Got some interesting twists and turns for you guys tonight. Speaking of twist and turn, let's get Tammy Heitzman. You earned a Kills coin. Can we get you a 10-second timer up there? And by the way, I'm going to give away a few more Kills coins tonight because, as you guys know, last week was a little dicey with the streams. Next week, we're going to have a ton of streams, and I imagine we're going to have a ton of Kills coins to give away for next Freestyle Friday next week. Oh, crap. Tammy, don't tell us you weren't ready. Well, if it's old crap, Tammy, it looks like you got 6 seconds to put your old crapping pants on. Rolex got you with a 5-second counter. You can come up with something, Tammy. Come on. Team, can we give her a little bit of encouragement? Just a little bit of encouragement to get her ready. 4 seconds. 3. Who has an actual plan for a zombie apocalypse? Hold on. Emmy, don't answer yet. Emmy, I need the lame-o-meter. Is that very similar to the question that was asked just a little bit ago about what would you do on the first day of a zombie apocalypse? I need to get Tommy. Tammy, you got the lame-o-meter. Sorry. I'll tell you what. Since you got the lame-o-meter, we'll give you 5 seconds. Rolex, give her a 5-second reboot. You got to dig down here, Tammy. Come on. You know, Freestyle Friday. Redemption. Exactly. Everybody gets it. Are we going to get a redemption buzzer? No. There it is. Name something you would never, ever do again in your life. Okay. Crystal's like, favorite ice cream topping. Name something you would never, ever do again in your life. Oh. Do you want to take up the rest of the stream with my ideas? I got a list. Have kids, marry. Be careful. Remember, significant others probably might watch the playback of your stream. Mine would be allow my friends to drink more than one Manhattans. It was, yeah. It was a bad night. Bad times. You know what, Sheila? That get married, told my hubby I was only doing this once. And hey, apparently you don't need to do it again. The right person, one time. Hopefully it's the right person. Steph's just going to plead the fifth. You know what? Maybe it's not a bad idea to plead the fifth in this particular instance. So Sheila Beasley. Hold on, I'll get back to that. Delaware Sasquatch, has anyone had a McRib this week? I'm up to 8. All right. I'm going to tell you my sad McRib story. So Delaware, I was going to order the limited time McRib. And as I went through the drive-thru, they were out of my McRibs. So I had to order the crispy chicken version of the McRib. So yeah, I was not able to get it, but I was able to get the crispy chicken with the barbecue sauce and the pickle, and I have to say it was pretty good. I don't know that I love McRibs like some. I think it's more of a tradition type of thing, like, hey, it's there, let me go get one. I think I probably like the barbecue sauce. And I tolerate whatever type of meat it is, because I'm not sure the part of the rib, not trying to gross you out, but it is a very it's a very chewy type of McRib. I don't know that I want to Google. Like, you remember a while back, before McDonald's was the McDonald's has some pretty good chicken nuggets now, but there was a time when they were a little grayish. Anyone ever eat a gray McDonald's chicken McNugget? If you have, you know what I'm talking about. And McDonald's barbecue sauce is really good. So you dip the McNugget in there, and if you dip the French fry in there, it's barbecue sauce. It's good barbecue sauce. But yeah, they're good. I mean, they're white meat chicken now. You know what? We got on to McRibs. It's like, yes, someone mix it up. All right. Hey, Sheila Beasley, mix it up for us. You got 10 seconds. Let's get a 10-second timer before everybody who might be eating at some point. Oh, no. Well, Sasquatch, looks like you opened that can of worms. Okay, yeah, all right. We'll leave it alone. He's like, damn McRib haters. Dead on Leprechaun. Thanks so much, Leprechaun. Appreciate you being here. And Sheila Beasley assigning her kills coin to Mitch True Puddin'. All right, reset that timer at Mitch. Hopefully, Mitch was ready. I'm randomly calling a few people here in a little bit. Where is Mitch? Don't do it. Oh. Sheila, did you set her up to buzz? No. Oh, man. Oh, was it? Rolex, are we going to allow it? It was slightly under the buzzer, literally. All right, you know what? Let's do it. It was within milliseconds. No, don't buzz. And then she typed it. All right, so the question is, he says rules are rules. Oh, sorry. Kel's like, allow it. Sorry, Kel, you're not the timekeeper. Rules are rules. We're not allowing it. Got to be within the time frame. Timekeeper is a villain sometimes. Or is he a hero? We don't know. Timekeeper is very mysterious. You're going to hear more from the timekeeper in the near future. Everybody has like a Mick comment tonight. Exactly. That, you know what? See, that's Heart of Nixie, great comment. Apparently the timekeeper would tell the sad person, rules are rules, too bad. See that? She kind of got the answer to the question by playing on the timekeeper's own vice. Well, maybe it's not a vice. You guys are clever tonight. I'm going to have a hard time keeping up with PDL. We're McGoofy. McSadness. All right, we're going to mix it up a little bit. So let's is Karen Rife like knife in the house? Karen got a kills coin for her Patreon comment. So Karen, are you here? Let's get a 10-second timer for Karen Rife like knife. If Karen, we're going to give Karen a 8-second timer. So Rolex, when she gets down to 2, I'm going to mix it up. Oh, she's not here? All right. So I'm going to give Karen Rife like knife's comment. Since Will the Bill likes weapons, why not give the Rife like knife kills coin to Will the Bill? Can't give it away, Will. So let's see what your super chat is going to be. I sometimes feel like it might be a color. Oh, he's quick. I feel like Will's got a spreadsheet now of cut and pastes. In a zombie apocalypse, you're the leader of a group. What's your idea of a good group? How many and why? So, J-Law says 6. Heart of Nixie says 5. I agree with 5. I don't know why. It's just, especially with PDL, 5 or 6 seems to be a good number. 6 sometimes, it's a little crowded. 5 has a good rhythm. And I think we've done both, right? We've done 5 and 6. Even numbers for safety. Well, that's a good point. If you have 6, 3 groups of back-to-back. You got 5. It's like, who's this on my back? It's a walker, Yeah, I think, the 5th is like the odd person out. 5 for fighting. Yeah. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. Men weren't meant to fly with clouds beneath their knees. I'm more than a bird. I'm more than a plane. There you go. You see what I did there? Okay. Sorry. You brought it up, Chris Robinson. Odd number. Oh, there you go. Good comment. One that Tommy can always sacrifice to the Gators. That's good. Yep. Start with 5. Wilson in the house just saying hello. Sorry, I can't stay. Got to work. Wilson, hopefully you'll be back tomorrow morning. Oh, Wilson, I don't know if you're doing the spoiler stream tomorrow morning. So if you guys don't know a little bit of what's going on tonight, so we got Freestyle Friday, Walking Dead topics. We're going to transition into PDL Live shortly. And then many people are going to, if you guys don't watch Walking Dead at 9 o'clock, we're still going to be doing our PDL Live, sorry. And then maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock, go watch Walking Dead if you want to see it early on AMC Premiere. You can hold off an hour. And then let's talk about it tomorrow morning on our spoiler stream. Now I had the Timex of my life. No, I never felt like this before. Chris, we can make every name and every person into a song. I don't know what's going on. Let's go with, so we went Karen. So is Deborah Cox here? Oh, you know what? I love that. Boom. Lynn Nesvick, you're getting a kills coin for that. Nobody puts Timex in a corner. Wait, well, we got all the Dirty Dancing references tonight? You know what? Let's give a kills coin to Lynn Nesvick. Let's get her 10 seconds, Rolex. While we got that going, we just got Freestyle, Tyler Bradley. I'm going to have to learn as I go. I'm new to actually being present for Freestyle. Got Turtle Beaches just to join the streams while I'm at work. 999 Love. That's what I'm wearing too. I'm wearing a pair of Turtle Beaches myself. Tyler in the house. My elite member. So, Tyler, here's the deal with Freestyle Friday. A couple things you can do if you super chat on that. And thanks for that. Appreciate you listening at work. So, super chats on Freestyle Friday tend to work a little bit different. You can bring up a topic and just say, hey, does anybody listen to 999 Gaming at work? So you can kind of make it into a question, or you can super chat Tyler and pick on somebody. So you can be like, hey, Will the Bill, Gina Crockett, you got 10 seconds. So you put them on the spot so they got to come up with a topic. It's just all freestyle. So we got Deborah Cox. So did I miss Deborah's comment? Or is the timer still working? Did Deborah type? All right, Lynn's comment. Let's get to Lynn. Lynn, I think Michonne is going to die on The Walking Dead. Only way she would leave her kids. Oh, no. And then we got this as well. On Walking Dead, do you think that Alpha and her group will take over Alexandria? All right, 2 good questions. So I'm going to ask you guys to answer either one, answer both, whatever you want to do. So Deborah Cox wants to know, will Alpha and her group take over Alexandria? I think they're going to destroy Alexandria. And the Hilltop will become the central base. It's going to be easier to protect Hilltop, I think, than Alexandria. That's what I think. I could be wrong. And then also, Lynn Nesvik says, Michonne, only way she'll leave her kids, I don't think she dies. I really don't. I think she takes RJ, or something could happen to RJ. So, if kids are the future, I believe that children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. That. Is it possible? Here's my question for everybody. And I know it's always a very dicey, controversial type of topic. Are we going to see some kids die this season in The Walking Dead? Not Judith, but could RJ die? Could Gracie die? I mean, think about it. Old people and kids are the 2 most vulnerable. But we don't ever see a lot of old people die, and we don't see a lot of, I guess I should probably say elderly. Elderly and children are the 2 most vulnerable. But we don't see them die. Are we at a point now where instead of these, okay, well, that you got. Certainly Lizzie. But I mean, it's been a while. I'm not saying that I want. Tommy, I don't have neighbors. So I'm good now, man. Out of the city. So I got it. I mean, I'm not saying it's never happened. But with the recent Walking Dead, we haven't seen it happen in a while. I mean, they started out basically, right? You got a kid that's a walker. You knew it was going to be a controversial show in season number 1. And I feel like lately they sort of skated away from it. And here's kind of a follow-up. So we've seen some of the kids die. Have we ever seen, other than the immediate deaths like Sophia and those things, when we see herds, do you guys ever recall seeing a younger walker, not like a baby crawler, but I mean like a 5, 6, 7-year-old little mini walker? Help me out with that. Because in the herds, I'm trying to remember a time I might have seen like I don't recall. So why not? I mean, just curious. And Lynn, I think when we don't see it, that's the first thing that we normally say is like it's too sensitive. But I mean, I don't know. I may ask that question at Comic-Con next year. I'm gonna stand up and ask Angela Kang. Tyler Bradley, Michonne and RJ take Lori and Judith's death. All right, that's a question for the group. Ooh. Could Alpha shoot Michonne in the back and kill Michonne and RJ? Like the prison scene with Lori and Judith. What do you guys think? It would be epic. I don't think so. But I do have to say this. If Michonne were going to die and you were to give her that Lori death, I think that would be up there. That would be up there with Spencer's death, and that would be up there with Herschel, and that would be up there with Glenn. I mean, I don't like it from the Michonne standpoint, but I like it from a shock factor standpoint. I mean, if you're going to die on a show about death and about zombies, you need a good death. So, here's a question for the group. Most forgettable, cheesy, or corny death in the history of the Walking Dead TV show. We always talk about the good ones and how it would be epic, right? What are the weak ones? That's kind of my kills coin question for the group. Pat Starr says Tyrese. Tapsco says Beth. Yeah. Beth being shot, the hospital, yeah, that was weak. Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys are playing, and we just can't find the sound. Peter Criss or Eric Carr, everybody. Make your case right now. If you had to pick one or the other, Gina was listening. See, Gina, I knew. I had a feeling you were listening to that. Best death, Lori or Spencer? I don't know, J-Law. I don't know if either one. Do you mean from the comics? I thought both in the comics were good. On the show, I didn't like either one of them. But in the comics, I thought both were really shocking to me. All right. Hey, we got a lot of good freestyle topics. So, Kel, do you have the ledger of PDL participants? I know Will had done a huge volunteer. I know J-Law was in the group, right? So we know J-Law. Will or Kel, do you know who the other? I think you'd picked one or two more. Gin and Tommy, right? Oh, almost sound like a gin and tonic. So Jen and, it was Tommy because Tommy had to supposedly play nice. Tommy, all right. So we're going to add 4 more people. Are you guys ready to do some PDL? Got a very interesting scenario for tonight. Going to mix some things up. Patrick Starr wants a side villain. All right, so tonight is a scenario. There's no PvP. It's not group. So once again, when we do PvP, remember, it's all out there. It's very likely Tommy Man Bun McCandless has also inspired me for a brand new segment in the future of PDL called King of the Hill, where it'll be a version of Play Dead Live that will be every person out for themselves. Betrayal is an option. Partnership is temporary. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be a version of PDL that we add very, very soon. But tonight is a scenario, and groups are trying to get through. So I know we got Tommy. I know we got J-Law. I'm going to need 4 more people. So let's start with a volunteer. Somebody who thinks they're really, really good at Play Dead Live. Absolutely. Shout out to Mama Man Bun from Will the Bill. Hopefully Mama Man Bun keeps him honest tonight. So let me do this. I love my green team. So I'm going to ask the green team really quickly to pick me another player. Green team, pick us someone that is present tonight. Well, let's see here. Hey, we're still picking teams. Paddle Lady. Oh, I love it. Patrick, side plot villain. What do you guys think? Patrick Starr, are you down to get in with the group tonight? I'm Patrick, are you available? Anybody that plays, you got to be available. You got to be here the whole time. All right, Patrick's in. All right, we got J-Law, Tommy, Patrick. I'm seeing Roxanne's name. Let's get Roxanne in there. Roxanne. Every time we say her name, we have to sing the song. Roxanne says, I like playing with Tommy. There you go. All right, so we got J-Law, Tommy, Patrick, Roxanne. I need one more male and one more female. And just because you're not in the initial group does not mean you won't be added later. Cool beansies. Tammy, have you been in a scenario yet? I don't have the ledger in front of me. I love Pat Starr. He's my man. Pat and Tommy in a scenario. All right, let's get Tammy Heitzman in there. Tammy, you're in. So Tammy H. And I'm going to go ahead and add Sheila Beasley. All right, so we got J. Law, Tommy, Patrick, Roxanne, Tammy Heitzman, and Sheila Beasley playtesting our scenario tonight. You guys good with that? We could add some different people along the way, so stay tuned. Some people are going to be griefing. Some people are going to be helping. Some people are going to be, you'll see how it works. We could have some traps. We could have some help and some hindrance. All right, if you guys are ready to get this thing started, then give me a quick yes. Let's do it. I will start to set the stage for everybody. I know we definitely need a stage. Oh boy. If you guys are playing along at home or you're watching at home, do me a favor. Dim the lights just a little bit before we get into Vincent Price mode. All right. This is called Trail and Error. Play Dead Live, group number 7. Everybody, quick shout out for group number 7. So here we go. Car to car, truck to truck, station to station. Resources can't last forever. The last bit of fuel is gone. You were just hoping to get off this dark and desolate side road. Maybe it'll be safer in the vehicle. Too bad the windows were broken out when you found it. At least the cool breeze is refreshing. The bright moonlight beams down. This is as good as it gets. Wait. What's that sound? Okay, group 7. You have your vehicle has just officially ran out of fuel. That is your what's left of your vehicle you've been driving. You are inside the vehicle, although it doesn't look like you're inside the vehicle. You are there, front seat, back seat. We got a party of 6. So just kind of curious. Thoughts, group number 7? J-Law, Tommy, Patrick, Roxanne, Tammy, and Sheila. Car stranded. What are you doing? Get a few of your thoughts in here. Tammy's like, it's a piece of crap. Look close to secure the window. That window is broken. Patrick's calming the group down. Roxanne wants to know, what is the sound? What are you checking, Sheila? She's like, I'm checking for any kind of weapons. Patrick is looking for a map. Where are you looking, Patrick? Where are you looking, Sheila? You guys have to give me some specifics. Looking outside, looking inside. Ella's saying, you guys need to get out of the car. Sheila, where are you checking to see if there's a tire iron? In the moonlight, do you see any other vehicles? You do not see any other vehicles. However, when you look at the moonlight, when you look ahead, you do see the moon beaming down, and you can see out your window. And in the distance, that's what you see. Rolex. Give me a 10-second timer. I need to know what each person is doing. Everyone is still in the car. Jen wants to know, do we have any weapons? Trunk, branches. I don't know. Okay, Patrick is checking under the passenger seat. Patrick, pick a number 1 to 6. Four, Patrick, you find nothing under the seat. Jen is checking the trunk for weapons. So, Jen, this is an SUV. So, are you getting out of the SUV to check the trunk for weapons? I need to know. Tammy, also looking for a flashlight. Where are you looking, Tammy? When you guys tell me you're looking for something, I need to know specifically where you're looking. Are you looking up in the air? Are you looking in the woods? Are you looking under the tires? Where are you looking? Jen, you were driving, so you were in the driver's side seat. Jennifer spots something in the dark on the ground. Yes, she does. Jennifer, pick a number 1 to 6. Okay, let me give you guys a seating order. Jen is driving the SUV. Tommy is where the broken window is. And in the back seat, we have 4 people. We have Patrick, Roxanne, Tammy, and Sheila Beasley are all in the back. Sheila is looking for weapons. She still will not tell me where she is looking for weapons. She's just randomly looking. Sheila, this is what you find by your window. So Sheila, you have been looking randomly, so you actually found something, and this is what is at your rolled up window. Tommy, 5-second timer. Rolex, give me a 5-second timer. Jen, I'm going to tell you exactly what you found shortly. Thanks to Will the Bill, I got something pre-programmed, and you were successful. Patrick climbed out to get on top of the SUV. Patrick is on top of the SUV, so he's no longer in the back seat. Roxanne, you have nothing but yourself at this moment. There is power. The car is out of gas. The power still works. Jen, you did not find a tree. You did find an item. I'll tell you shortly what you found. Patrick Starr, absolutely walkers are approaching from a distance. Patrick turns on the headlights. Oh boy. You can see, and you see. Pick a number, 1 to 6, Patrick. Tommy finds a metal helmet and a McRib. He sighs. Tommy turns on the radio. So, we have a light to attract walkers, and now we have a loud radio. Okay. Interesting. All right. J-Law, based on Will the Bill's earlier super chat, this is what you were able to find beside the SUV. When you open the door, must have fell out, so it appears that it was in the SUV. Tommy, pick a number. 1 to 6. Let's get to Rolex's super chat and see if you find a metal helmet and a McRib. That is J-Law's. J-Law has that. Tommy picks a 1. Tommy, based on Rolex, you decide the genius thing to do is to open the glove box that's right in front of you. Everybody that's checking for weapons, specifically tell me where you are checking for weapons. So Tommy, when you open the glove compartment, due to Rolex, thank you guys, Will, the Bill, and Rolex for helping out. You see a pistol and some papers. The radio is really loud. What is playing on the radio, by the way? Hey, Tommy. Is there anything specifically you would like to do that now that you see a gun in the glove compartment in front of you? I know you're thinking, people. You might want to grab the gun, maybe do something with it. I am not psychic. I'm not going to make the assumption for you. Pick it up. So Tommy does pick up the gun. Patrick, still on top of the SUV, telling everyone to get out already. Tammy is looking for a tire. Tammy, you don't find a tire iron, but it does seem like something is under your seat. Pick a number, 1 to 6. Radio's playing loud. Sipping on coke and rum. I'm like, so what? I'm drunk. It's the freaking weekend. Baby, I'm about to have me some fun. I think Ignition is playing on the radio. Really, really loud. There's some R. Kelly playing for you, man bun. Tammy picks a 4. Tammy decides Tammy, would you like to check under the seat? Does seem like something might be there. Sheila Beasley is getting out of the car. So now we got Patrick out of the car and Sheila out of the car. Walkers are walking toward the radio. Tammy checks under her seat. while the radio continues to play. And Tammy. I'm not sure if you know how to use this thing. So we got J-Law with a knife, Tommy with a pistol, and Tammy with an AR-15. Roxanne, 5-second timer. I need to know what you're doing, Roxanne. Roxanne is on top. All right, so we got 3 people outside of the vehicle, and we got 3 people with weapons inside the vehicle. Wow, it makes a lot of sense. The 3 people with the weapons are still inside the vehicle. Roxanne's like, pass up the weapons. Tammy is getting out of the vehicle. And J-Law, Tommy, is getting out of the car. And the walkers are coming from the back, the right, and the front. And they're all going toward the car with the radio blaring R. Kelly lyrics. It's the remix to Ignition. Hot and fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that body. Got every man in here wishing. There is one clear way, though. And you guys might have guessed that there is a path. Oh, no. That radio did not turn off. That radio is stuck playing some R. Kelly. Once you have R. Kelly and he turned that knob, it is going. Because the walkers are coming toward the radio. Patrick is making a run for it. Patrick runs out into the woods. He's gone. Roxanne jumps and she runs. She's gone. Deborah wants to cut the battery. She's like, get rid of that sound. That's the only thing keeping you alive. All right, so 2 people are gone. Run into the woods quick. No questions asked. Tammy Heitzman on her way. J-Law on her way. All right. Patrick had the right idea. Patrick is zooming straight into the woods. No questions asked. He is gone. All right. In the woods yelling Roxanne. Patrick is in the woods and he is yelling. You guys, Roxanne, you see Patrick disappear into the night and all of a sudden you are just covered in something wet. Patrick was ahead. Roxanne, something splashes up. Feels a little Slimy. Patrick completely disappeared. The other 4 are behind. All you heard was, Roxanne! And nothing. Rolex, give me 5-second timers. Roxanne yells for the rest of the group to stop. J-Law slows and checks by the moonlight. We need reactions from everybody else. Sheila stops. Roxanne wipes off her face. Roxanne, as you wipe off your face, this is what you see. Patrick, pick a number 1 to 6. Jen, you do see some bubbles. Roxanne, it is a little grimy, muddy content that was covering your face and your eyes. I love it, Ron. You see several branches. Absolutely, lure the purr. Oh hell, you be playing like this is how we play. You don't hear anything, Roxanne. Tammy, Roxanne is standing beside you. She stopped. You do notice, Tammy, when you look at Roxanne. Tammy, pick a number 1 to 4. So, Tammy, you notice Roxanne looks about 8 to 10 inches shorter than you knew her to be. Patrick Starr is trying to guarantee his safety. Tommy says, quicksand? All right. Tammy, Sheila, Tommy, and J-Law, 5-second timers. Tammy and Sheila are helping pull Roxanne out. Okay. Roxanne now looks 2 feet shorter. Sheila and Roxanne look about 6 inches shorter. Tommy and J-Law are slightly behind. Roxanne, 5-second timer. Tammy says, Tommy and J-Law, get here quickly. Roxanne is covered to her chest. Tammy and Sheila are now covered to their waist. Patrick is nowhere in sight. Tammy, there are no immediate branches where you are. You have a gun strapped to your shoulder. Appears to be about 3 feet long-ish, give or take a few inches. I love it, Crystal. I love it. Tommy says, someone grab the gun and pull her up. He's like, it's not me, but someone do it. All right, Roxanne is to her neck. Tammy and Sheila are now to their chest. Tommy and Jen are about 6 feet behind, and they look like they're normal height. So Jen takes off her shirt. She has a tank top on underneath. So she takes off her shirt. It's going to give you about 3 feet. So Jen, are you walking close enough within 3 feet of Roxanne? Roxanne is up to her chin. Can you move safely closer? Jen, would you like to accept Will the Bill Super Chat? Will the Bill says, you grab some of the branches back there where you and Tommy were and try to lay them out like a bridge. All right, pick a number, 1 to 6. All right, put your shirt back on. All right. Jen, grab some branches. Tommy, 5-second timer. I need to know what you're doing. Roxanne's like, I feel the bottom. It's like, she's telling me. She's like, you know what? You ain't drowning me today, Kills. Patrick did leave them all. All right. Jen has put some branches on the ground. They appear to be holding sturdy. They were long enough that they've connected on some solid ground. If they are sinking, it's at a very, very slow pace. Well, Roxanne is up to her nose at this point. Sheila, I'm grabbing onto one of those branches Jen lays out. Sheila reaches out for one of the branches. Sheila, pick a number, 1 to 6. Roxanne has a synchronized swimming skill. You grab the branch, Sheila. You grab the branch, Tammy. You notice when you grab the branch, though, it's coming toward you. 5-second counter. Jen, Tommy, I need to know what you guys are doing. Other than Tommy cracking jokes. Tommy's going to get everybody in his group killed. Jen starts to pull. All right, so Jen is pulling. Tammy is coming out slowly. All right, round of applause, everybody. Man Bun McCandless decides to help pull the ladies out of harm's way. It only took 10 minutes, but we got it. We got some cooperation. After a little bit of work and branches, brought to you by Will the Bill, Tammy, Roxanne, and Sheila have all been pulled out. Patrick is no longer with the group. Ran too fast, too far ahead of the group. Patrick has went under. All right. The group catches their breath. You don't hear the radio anymore. You do hear some footsteps coming back from that direction where the SUV was. And to the path behind you, you see this guy. Tommy, pick a number 1 to 6. Tommy was off of walker duty to help. We did put on that red light and save Roxanne, Steph. You absolutely did. Tommy is in an encounter. Tommy, 5-second action, please. Need to know what you're doing. Where are you aiming? Tommy says, I'm going to shoot the walker. I need to know where you're aiming. Aiming for the head. Pick a number, Tommy. Tommy picks a 1. Tommy, you didn't check the gun for bullets. Your gun has no bullets. Tommy is in an encounter with the walker. It's the walker's turn. Tommy, are you left-handed or right-handed? Tommy was aiming with his right hand. The walker attacked and bit Tommy's right hand. Tommy has been bitten. Ten seconds. Jen asked Tommy if he wants to live or die. Patrick could be lurking somewhere. You thought I'd die, didn't you, Tammy? All right. Jen takes off that shirt. Jen just can't leave that shirt on, can she? Takes off her shirt, makes a tourniquet to cut off the hand if he wants. Tammy, you pulling the trigger? Tammy says, I'm going to shoot the other walkers. All right, everybody, on the count of 3. All right, I need to so Jen, tell me how you're doing this. You guys remember the knife, right? Here, let me show you again. So are we trying to chop with that knife? Are we cutting slowly? How is this going to happen? 5-second timer, Rolex. Roxanne says, need a log to break his arm off at the elbow and cut the rest away with a knife. Ooh, Jen is sawing. All right. Oh, no, she already picked, Tommy. She is sawing with this knife. Tommy, pick a number 1 to 6. Sheila's looking for a log with Roxanne. Sheila, pick a number 1 to 6 as well. Oh, it's sharp. 5. Tommy, she cut right through your veins. I mean, you are just gushing blood out of your wrist right now. You tied it off. He's still bleeding even though you tied it. Tommy, you got an incision about an inch into your wrist. All right, Jen's like, someone hold the pressure. Tommy is completely pale in the face. Jen, 5 seconds. I need to know your next course of action. Roxanne, you do have a log. Jen's asking for a lighter. No one has a lighter. Roxanne is swinging at Tommy's wrist with a log. So Tommy's got a 2-inch cut. Roxanne out of nowhere. Roxanne, pick a number. pick a number 1 to 6. Six, you smash him. Roxanne just whacks him right at the elbow. Tommy, you have a broken elbow and a half-severed wrist. It's a pretty good shot, but Tommy is in a world of pain. All right, Tommy. Pick a number 1 to 6. Sheila Beasley, I need to know what you're doing. Tommy, with with my one good arm, he's gonna try to slug Roxanne. Tommy passes out. He has been bitten. He's had someone saw at his wrist, and he's been whacked with a tree limb. Tommy's unconscious. And extremely pale. And losing blood fast. Five-second timer. Jen, Roxanne, Tammy, and Sheila, I need to know what you're all doing. 5 seconds, everybody. Jen, assumingly you're standing right beside Tommy. Sheila, you can't tell me what you find. Are you going to go check a tree? We don't randomly create axes out of thin air. Tammy says, I say, sorry, Tommy. We tried. Got to go. I stab him in the head. Tammy, pick a number 1 to 6. Sheila is checking a tree for an axe. Jen is holding the pressure. Tammy stabs Tommy in the head. Tommy, pick a number 1 to 6, please. Six. As Tammy goes to swing at Tommy's head, he opens his eyes and makes eye contact as the knife goes through his head. Jen was trying to stop the bleeding. Tommy passed out from the pain. Woke up just in time to see Tammy swinging the knife. Tommy is no longer with us. Will was super chatting. There was a cigarette lighter in the SUV. Will, interesting concept. However, remember, Tommy's hand was not severed. It was sawed about 1 inch deep with a kitchen knife. Not an axe. So we have lost Tommy and Patrick. Roxanne, Tammy, Sheila, and J-Law are moving forward. Tammy, look behind you to your left. 5-second timer, everybody. The group is moving forward. Yeah, you're moving. You're right, you're moving. Okay. Jen says use Tommy's body to feed to the bear. Tammy's going to shoot the bear in the face. And Roxanne's like, oh crap. All right. A consensus from the group, 5 seconds. Five-second timer. All 4 people. I need you to come to a conclusion. Tammy wants to shoot the bear. 3 people said feed Tommy's body to the bear. Tammy, pick a number. 1 to 3. Tammy pulls the trigger. I mean, it's going all over the place. It's just spraying wild, out of control. Bear dies. Lot of noise. Lot of noise. Five-second timer. That herd of walkers that was moving a little slower back behind you guys, oh, it's moving a lot faster now. Jen says, let's go. Sheila's high-fiving. Good job, Tammy. You got this. Sheila takes off running. Roxanne, Jen, and Tammy. Tammy says, let's get out of here. Walkers will eat the bear. Let's go. All right, the group is pushing forward. You guys, get away. Get a chance to catch your breath. The trail is not as pronounced as it was before, but there still is a path. Sheila wants to know, did Tammy use all her bullets? Yes, she did. Tammy has an automatic weapon, but is completely empty. Steph, you might be right. You never know what's in these woods. All right, 5-second timers, ladies. I need to know everybody's action. The walkers are slowed down. They're eating something. They're still behind you. Sheila's moving forward at a quick pace. Jen is checking for footprints. You hear a clap, and Sheila lets out the worst yell you have ever heard. Sheila falls to a knee. Because all she has on that leg is a knee. No, it went clear through the bone below the knee. Like the bottom half of her leg is still in the bear trap, and she's about a foot forward on a knee. Like, Tammy, if you pry it open, you're going to get her leg, which is over here, and her body is over here. Severed through the leg. Gone. Rolex says use the gun as a crutch. She is bleeding out at a very quick pace. Five-second timer, Rolex. Sheila, you are not wearing a belt. J-Law whips off the bra and uses it to tie it off. She is using every form of clothing possible. Pick a number 1 to 4. Jennifer. Her leg is gone. J-Law, what color was your bra? I can't believe I just asked someone that on YouTube. Well, I don't know what red and purple makes, but it makes an off-the-wall color. Sheila just passed out. There is a puddle, an incredible puddle of more blood than you've ever seen. Sheila is in and out of consciousness. Sheila, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Anything you want to say in the next 5 seconds. Hurry up, I'm bleeding out. Save me, please. Rolex, give us a countdown. Jen uses body weight, apply a little pressure. Yeah, it's squirting out faster. Sheila's out. Ten-second timer. Sheila is now completely unconscious. The blood is slowed down. But there's a big puddle of it. Tammy's checking for a pulse. Don't feel one. Six seconds. 5. Sheila, you're out. 3, 2, 'Roxanne, pick a number 1 to 6. Roxanne says she will stab her. Jen, are you going to hand over your knife to Roxanne to stab Sheila? All right. Sheila is stabbed. Sheila is no longer with us. We have J-Law, Roxanne, and Tammy in a very, very tough scenario tonight. Absolutely tough situations and very hasty decision-making. But Sheila is no more. The group walks forward. There's nature. There's walkers behind. They have something to keep them busy. This is blocking your path, by the way. It's a spider web. No, you just see the spider web. It's a big spider web. It's kind of in the way. A couple bugs inside the spider web. Tammy takes her gun, breaks the web. No problem. Your path is clear. We're going to press forward. Let me see. Roxanne says press forward. Jen, you check the surroundings. Pick a number 1 to 6, Jen. 3. You count about 9 walkers that are just finishing up where Tammy's leg was. Now, there were many, many more at different stages, but you count at least 9. Roxanne is slowly pressing forward. In front of you, a few more spider webs. Just some spider webs blocking the path. The path seems to be getting more and more dense. Patrick's still watching from a... You mean like heaven? Roxanne, Jen, Tammy. Tammy's clearing the webs. Tammy says, guess that's okay. Looks like no walkers have been through here. Very good. If we were doing live play, that is the type of thing that I would reward experience for. Very, very observant. Moving forward. Wheel to Bill. The group needs better weapons. Look around. I think Patrick is out there. Jen, pick a number 1 to 6. Looking for weapons. You see movement over in the woods to your left. Jen lets Tammy and Roxanne know that there's some movement over there. Does not appear to be an animal. Appears to be 6-footish. Five-second timer. Roxanne is wondering if it's Bigfoot or Beta. Tammy says, Patrick, is that you? Patrick, pick a number 1 to 6. Patrick responds, it is indeed Patrick. Patrick did not go through the sand. In fact, he ran and continued to run. And there would have been tracks to the side of the quicksand had anybody checked for tracks. Unfortunately, Roxanne was blinded by mud. But Patrick did manage to veer to the right and has reunited with the group. Welcome back, Patrick. It's a good question, Ron. How did he get over there? A lot of ways through the woods. Not everything has to follow the trail. So we have Patrick, Jen, Roxanne, and Tammy. Now, the group is in this specific area, so Jen says, what are your intentions now, Patrick? So I need Jen, Roxanne, and Tammy all pick a number 1 to 10. Jen, you notice a black spot on Patrick's forehead. Looks like could be charcoal, something. But as Patrick walks toward, something's different about him. Patrick says, where's Tommy? Sorry I left. Got his hands up. Patrick has his hands up. But you notice something strange. Five-second timer, Rolex. Ron says he set the bear trap. Patrick says, trust me. Jen says, what's with your head, Patrick? I whisper, ladies, be on watch. Sheila says, kill him. It's his fault I'm dead. Sheila's dead. She can't say anything. Patrick, pick a number 1 to 6. Five, you feel Jen said, what's with your forehead? You feel a little tickle on your forehead. Warning, turn away, everybody. Please, now. So, Patrick's walking towards you, and yeah, there's a pretty big spider on his forehead. Pat says, don't make any sudden movements. I got this. 5-second timer, Rolex. Patrick, I need to know what you're doing. Jen says, Patrick, stop. There's a spider on your head. Ron says, shoot the spider. Where's somebody with a paddle when we need them? Slowly moving hands to forehead. Tammy says, anyone want me to smack his forehead with the butt of my gun? I do. I want to see it. All right, Tammy. Patrick's running out of time here. Patrick is raising his hands. Patrick says, no, I got this. Jen saying, smack it to the side. Roxanne, which direction are you looking? Roxanne is looking to the left. All right. Tammy, pick a number 1 to 6. Patrick, pick a number 1 to 4. Roxanne, this is what you see to your left. All right, they both chose 1. Patrick swiped the spider on his head over to Tammy. Tammy hit him in the head with the butt of the gun. So Patrick is on his back. Tammy, you feel a slight pinch on your arm. Your left arm. And you look down and there is a black mass on your arm that looks exactly like this. Pick a number 1 to 4. Jen, I think you're out of clothing. Are you taking off your pants now to make a tourniquet for Tammy? I don't know. You swipe it onto the ground, you stomp it. Your left arm is getting awfully numb. It's tingling. Tammy, pick a number 1 to 4. Tammy attempts to suck the venom out. Tammy, your lips are pretty numb now. The top part of your mouth is numb. Is there anything you'd like to say to the group? Yeah, and you're like Botoxed up. She says, help. She can't even say it. Oh, Tammy is turning red. "15-second timer, Rolex." She looks like she might be having trouble breathing. Her face is like beet red right now. Tammy says, Jen's looking for a pen. You guys are killing me. 7 seconds. All right. Patrick is still out. Waking up. Jen has knife at the ready. No pen. Three seconds. Two seconds. All right, Jen, what's the call? Tammy's like, I have any pen in my pocket. This is not Fear the Walking Dead, Tammy. Single tap with a knife. All right. Roxanne goes to poke Tammy in the throat with a knife. Roxanne, 1 to 12, please. You cut her throat. The poison is still in her body. Her arm was numb. The stab to the throat actually went pretty far. Tammy is no longer with us. The venom would have been much better off and much less potent if it would have just stayed on the spot in your arm instead of spreading it throughout the rest of your body. Patrick, Jen, and Roxanne. You move forward. And the path leads. Oh, Tammy, you're not going to turn. It went right through the throat. You're out. For now. The walkers have made their way toward the Tammy area. Pat, Roxanne, and Jen, 5-second timer. All right, the group is moving toward the house. I will tell you that as you make your way around the house, it's a little cleaner on the other side. The wooded area does not do it justice. As you walk around to the front entrance, it has a nice appeal to it. The door is cracked. Five-second timer to the group. Knife in hand. Okay. You've gradually pushed the door. We got some light in here. All right, group. Patrick, Jen, Roxanne, need to know what you're doing. You do hear something. Sounds like it's under you. Look toward the sound. Roxanne calls out, "Hello." You do see where the sound is coming from. It's over on the other side of the sofa. Five-second timer, Rolex. Slowly open it. Knife at the ready, says Roxanne. Will the Bill says, I'm down in the basement playing PDL. Got YouTube on. You see a basement. With stairs attached. You are correct, Tammy. Your gun is still back where the walkers are devouring you. You do hear something. You can't make it out. But it does sound like words, talking, not animals, not moaning. It sounds similar to a conversation. It's a little jarbled, though. Doesn't sound like a radio. 5-second timer, Rolex. Now you hear something that sounds like there's voices down below and steps outside the front door of which you came. Several steps. No weapons that you can see, Jen. You hear a female voice from the basement. Jen says, let's go down. You hear, Grady? Grady? All right. The group pushes this staircase down. And now they're down in the basement. The voice appears to be coming from that dark area. 5-second countdown, Rolex. Roxanne says, come out. Pat rocks, go back up or venture. You hear one more time, it says, Grady? Stays close to the steps. Roxanne says, Grandma? And a light pops on when she says Grandma. And against the wall, behind the stairs, is a couple. Five seconds, everybody. Roxanne says, are they hiding? Ask them what they're doing here. She says they're waiting for Grady. He's in the shed behind the house. Grady is their son. This is Gladys. And that's her husband, George. George doesn't speak very much. Not anymore. She wants you to go check on Grady. Jen asked how long they've been gone. Since yesterday. George might have got bitten by a spider. See, Tammy, that's what you'd have been like. A couple hours. Jen looks at Rock, says, this isn't good. She asks you again, will you go find her son Grady? 5 seconds, Rolex. Patrick, you're turning up nothing. However, Patrick, pick a number 1 to 4. Patrick, you see a flicker of light in the shed behind the cabin. Patrick lets you know he sees a light back there. Jen asks if they have weapons. And she says, no, just my Grady. Patrick says, I have no weapons. I'm not going alone. Will the Bill says, do not go towards the light. Jen wants to know if Grady was hurt before he left. And she tells you that Grady was going to find her medication. Roxanne, you have the knife. Roxanne says, why is the medication in the shed? She says, it's not. It's in the greenhouse, beside the shed. But Grady must have got sidetracked. Patrick is successful in breaking an antler off the wall. He's like wrecking stuff. You have a deer antler. Rolex 5-second timer. You see several shadowy figures near the front door. The shed is out the back door. Jen goes upstairs. Roxanne and Patrick are walking toward the shed. It's a very quaint shed. Doors even open. Kind of looks like Cheryl's she shed. Rock, paper, scissors. Who goes first? You walk toward the shed and see through the bars. Jen is a little bit behind. She breaks off an antler as well. Roxanne closes the door, or starts closing the door. And you see someone sitting inside the shed. Five-second countdown, Rolex. All right, I need actions from Patrick, Jen, and also Roxanne. Roxanne says, "Are you Grady?" Yeah. Who sent you? Points the antler. Who the are you? Light goes out when Patrick got rude. And when the light comes back on, Patrick, pick a number, 1 to 4. You dodged the first axe swing. Five-second timers. I need to know what each person is doing. Jen, pick a number 1 to 3. There are at least 8 walkers that have made their way from the front of the house to the back of the house and are now blocking your entrance back into the house. There is a greenhouse to your left. There is Grady in front of you, and there are walkers behind you. Patrick is in defense mode. Jen heads toward the greenhouse. Roxanne climbs up on top of the shed. Roxanne, pick a number 1 to 5. Patrick, you are in defense mode. Are you looking toward the shed? Toward the walkers or toward Grady? Which direction are you facing? Patrick is facing the walkers. You hear something that goes, a cracking sound, like busting through wood, and then you hear like a slice. Five-second timer, Rolex. Jen, are you in the greenhouse at this point? Oh, Roxanne, you didn't yell. So, Jen, as you get to the greenhouse, you hear the same cracking wood and a slice sound. As you look toward the shed, you see half of Roxanne slide in one direction and the other half slide in the other direction as she was on top of Grady's shed. Wood completely busted through, one clean slice. Grady takes a step out of the shed. Patrick, are you still in defense mode? There's now no less than 15 walkers to the house and Grady taking a step out of the shed. And you have an antler. 5-second timer. Jen and Patrick. Grady is about, I would say, 6 feet away from you, Patrick. Jen, you are over by the greenhouse. Grady is facing off with Patrick. You're a good 15 feet away. Okay. The house is the furthest away. The walkers are on your side of the house. Patrick is in between the walkers and Grady and the shed, and the greenhouse is over to the left about 20 feet away. Shed looks safe. It's got a door. Patrick, Roxanne's knife is on one side of the shed or the other side of the shed. Not sure which, but it is in between. You would have to go through Grady to get to the knife. You still have an antler. All right. 5-second timer. Jen, where are you checking for weapons? The roof of the shed nearly exploded as his weapon went through the top of the shed and through Roxanne. Don't think the shed is in play any longer. Patrick is having a conversation with Grady. Pick a number, 1 to 4. No, you cannot. The building is a greenhouse. You cannot climb up on top of the greenhouse. Well, you could try. You may fall through, but you can give it a try. There's a cabin, a shed, and a greenhouse. There's green things in the greenhouse. I can't tell you generally what's in the greenhouse other than you see a lot of green shrubbery. You'd have to check that out. I can't give you the schematics of the greenhouse. I can tell you it's a structure. All right, Patrick, you notice there is a backswing coming from Grady. He is lifting the weapon. By the way, there's a lot of blood on this weapon, as you notice the backswing. All right. Patrick says, Grady's not going to listen to me. I'm going in for the kill. So Grady and Patrick. Patrick brought an antler to an axe fight. There's your newest cliche. All right, Patrick, where are you going for? The neck. All right, Patrick goes for the neck. All right, 20-sider. Patrick, pick a number 1 to 20. $11. Jen, pick a number. 1 to 6. $4. Patrick, you are successful. You go for the neck. You slice a little bit of his neck. He seems upset. Jen, you see what looks to be the butt of a gun inside the greenhouse. Jen is inside the greenhouse. Pat is still fighting Grady. Grady's bleeding a little bit. Round 2. Pick a number 1 to 10, Patrick. There's several different shrubs, bushes, trees in here. There does appear to be a gun under these trees. Patrick, you're successful. You get him in the leg. Your antler broke. And now you're holding an 8-inch long deer antler. Oh, he's still holding the axe. Are you going to reach for his axe that he still has and get within range? Patrick goes to stab his hand. He's holding the axe with the 6-foot. Jen, you hear a big thump up against the greenhouse door. Sounded like a cannonball just got shot out of a cannon. Left a dent in the door. You are able to reach the gun. Some other shrubbery inside. You see a silhouette coming toward the greenhouse. You can. You yell to Patrick. There's no answer. You see a figure, looks to be holding an axe. Five-second timer, Rolex. Patrick, that sound against the door was not a cannonball. It was a successful swing from Grady's axe. You do have bullets in the gun. Jen, you notice the figure is gone and is walking the other direction, but you don't see the axe. Five-second countdown. You start to smell smoke. You hear buzzing. You take a step forward and collapse. And that, everybody, is exactly where we're going to leave it for tonight. So a couple things that I want to call out, because this was a much longer, much more intense PDL than we've had before as we went through the various stages. So not going to give you exactly what happens. Patrick did not make it. Patrick fought a little long with a deer antler with someone with an axe. Probably, certainly brave. I think Jen did a great job. What do you guys think? Jen, very active, very engaged. This was about 2 hours. So we did our Freestyle Friday, everybody. And at about 9 o'clock, we transitioned over. So when we go live on Freestyle Friday, this is what a typical campaign on one night is going to be. And some nights we're going to hit 2 hours. We're going to leave it exactly there. What we know at this point is we've got a couple people down in a basement. We had some footsteps. We've got Jen, who is unconscious in a greenhouse. Patrick's head was knocked across from where he was standing, the shed, all the way across, fighting a battle a little bit long. Roxanne jumped up on top of a shed. A lot of questionable decisions where the people were just running in too fast, and this is the whole gist of it. I want you guys to really kind of play the characters, play the role, see how it's going to pan out. There's not always a perfect action, but there most likely is a chance to do something. And what we're finding out with these groups is a lot of times the communication, the partnership, it becomes desperation. So what do you guys think about tonight's PDL? Most memorable parts from tonight, what kind of stuck with you the most? You know, there was some humor, there was some panic. Did you guys think it was a little more on the dark and twisted, a little bit more on the gore side tonight? I mean, there was certainly some comic relief in there, but definitely want to think what you guys thought about group number 7. Tommy with his hand, the knife, very vivid, right? Jen using every part of her clothing, certainly. Villain to anti-hero. I tried to save group 7. Patrick did. I mean, Patrick kind of stood up. Thanks for that super chat, Pat. Certainly tried to stand up and fight to the end. But kind of part of it is knowing when to fight and knowing when you're outmanned. And if you just saw someone swing an axe through the top of a shed and split a person in half, that's probably not somebody that I'm going to stand toe-to-toe with a deer antler. But to each their own. Lure the Purr, loved it. Can't wait to participate. So certainly want to get several people. Not all of them in the future, I know I say this every week, are going to be this long, this intense. But we've given you guys a different wrinkle. We've done PvP, we've done scenarios, we've done short scenarios from 15 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour to over 2 hours. So I want you guys to feel the full gist of it. One thing that I did want to get into and we sidetracked is sometimes along the way we're going to add additional people mid scenario. So stay tuned for that as well. It doesn't always work out perfectly with the timing. We had some good super chats tonight. We had Will the Bill and Rolex providing weapons at an opportune time. One of the weapons was not loaded. Tommy waited until he was face to face to try to use the weapon. So, a lot of the time that you guys have, one thing to keep in mind, tell me specifically what you're doing. Don't generalize. Like, I'm going to survive this or I'm going to do that. Sheila Beasley, my leg hurts, still thinking about it was fun. And Sheila running into a bear trap. I mean, think about it. If you guys are out running in the woods, it's unknown territory. You never know what you're going to go into. And as far as we know, Jen still survives. So there'll be more to the scenario a little bit later. As we said in PDL, we're going to be able to take it from 1 week to the next week to the next week. These are going to be, some of these adventures are going to be 1 month long ventures. So that means that other people will join midway. Maybe some people have some connections to Grady and also the two people there. Tonight, begs the question, where there's smoke, there's fire. Is there a potential will the Bill return for Jen being trapped in this smoke-filled greenhouse? So I'll leave you guys to think about that. Tomorrow morning, we are going to I'm going to go watch Walking Dead tonight. Tomorrow morning, we'll have our spoiler stream, 11 a.m. Then we'll do our reaction video on Sunday night. Want to thank each and every one of you. Great job tonight. Very, very intense, long. Certainly a lot of good decision-making, and then some questionable decision-making as well. Thanks, everybody. If you had a good time, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button. This is Freestyle Friday with our PDL. This is called Trail and Error, and you guys did a wonderful job tonight. So one last shout out to everybody. Group 7, great job participating. Shout out to my patrons, top left-hand corner. Green Team, thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing. This scenario is brought to you by the PDL sponsors and the Patreons. Thank you so much for your contributions, for being involved, for your decision-making, for you guys, from downloading the pictures to sending me material all week long to getting involved in it. This doesn't happen without each and every one of you. So thank you so much. I will talk to each and every one of you. Thanks for moderators for working a little overtime tonight. Oh, special thanks. Do me a favor. Can you guys show the Rolex on the screen? The Timekeeper did a great job tonight. Definitely on point. You guys are going to see more of Timekeeper in the future. So Green Team, can you show the Timekeeper? And also our super fans of the month, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells, all the moderators. I will see you all tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock if you want to talk spoilers. If not, I'll see you Sunday night. Thanks, everybody. Peace.